If you're a neurosurgeon and you've been hired as an expert witness and you are spending hours of your day hunting and pecking through the databases trying to find the best piece of evidence to support your opinion, this would be like you picking up your scalpel and using it to try to build a house, not the best use of a tool. I'm Michael Graham, and I've been a medical librarian for 20 years now. And what I do is I support expert witnesses and attorneys by providing rapid, court-ready, and highly defensible research. All of my literature searches are exhaustive and comprehensive, and since I've been doing this for a number of years now, I have a really large set of tools and advanced search techniques and access to databases at my disposal. Recently, I have been working with a neurosurgeon who was hired as an expert to opine on a spinal surgery case, malpractice case, where the patient had suffered a very severe and very tragic complication. It was the expert's opinion that indeed a deviation in the standard of care had occurred. But as we all know, that is not enough. You've got to have the evidence behind you and the data and the science backing you up. So the expert in this case, he could have done his own literature searches and spent hours of his day and quite a lot of precious mental capital weeding out all the weak studies and sifting through all of the evidence, hoping and keeping his fingers crossed that he did indeed find all the best sources. What he did instead was he sent me his key questions and all of the context around the patient and the case so I could do the literature searches for him. 48 hours later, I sent him all of the pertinent guidelines, some very strong systematic reviews and meta-analyses. I also found about a half a dozen cohort studies that were comparing exact apples to apples with the scenario that he was reviewing, so he had quite a large data set there. And I also found several very well-respected core surgical textbook chapters to further lay that base and build up that strong case. When you have me do your research for you, there's several benefits. The most important one is it frees up the expert to do what he or she can only do, which is to apply their vast and extensive education, their training, and their many years of experience doing what he or she can only do, which is to render a true expert opinion in a case like this. Very few people can do that. Also, in this particular situation, the expert had shared with me that he has an incredibly long wait list of patients at his clinic that need his care and attention. So he's spending less time, sitting in front of a computer, doing research, more time with his patients. He also shared with me that he has other malpractice cases that are queued up and ready for him to review when he can move on to them. And also, just to be real for a second, neurosurgeons who are being paid as experts are getting in the ballpark of $600 to $1,200 an hour. It's not necessarily going to make the attorney very happy to pay a neurosurgeon's wage to perform a medical librarian's task. So it is a win-win-win. When I sit down to do my research, I have several burning questions that are in the back of my mind when I'm looking at a potential source. I ask myself, is this going to stand up under cross-examination? How can the opposition pick this apart? Can they pick this apart? So it just kind of further bolsters the evidence when I am working with this critical lens that I'm viewing all of my searches through. If what I've said to you is very interesting or piqued your curiosity, please reach out to me on LinkedIn or through my website, Graham Med Legal Research, and let's have a conversation, and I hope to help you out with your cases. Thank you and take care.